Hey socialites, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Ariel. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if those are the type of videos you enjoy, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. So today is the last day to shop the Sephora savings event, you guys. 30% off of everything Sephora Collection. And then depending on what tier you are, you'll get that much off on everything else that's in the store. So I did a small last minute haul this morning to exchange one item that didn't necessarily work out for me. Everything I mentioned today I'll have linked down below in the description box or either on that YouTube shopping tab on the screen. Be sure to shop through those links for your last minute items you need to pick up. That's literally the only way that Sephora is going to know that I sent you guys. So if you want to see what I picked up on the last day of the sale and my thoughts on everything that I tried out, then keep on watching. Okay, socialites, so the way I lied on the last video, I did go and do another small haul. After I tried the new makeup, I realized that that Too Faced bronzing stick, it's too dark. I do feel like if you're my skin tone, you can definitely get away with it if you like a more strong or like dramatic type contour, which I'm just really not into these days. But if they ever come out with a lighter shade, I'd love to revisit that product because it does blend out so well. With that being said, if you're darker than me, you probably love that because it blends out like a dream. So let me show you guys what I did pick up. Makeup by Mario has come out with a Sculpt Pop on the Go duo, and it comes with a cream bronzer stick and a cream blush. It comes in 3 different like shade duos. You can get like the light, medium, and dark. I got the dark one. So this is the dark Sculpt stick. That's what it looks like. And let's compare it to my go-to, which is Courage from LYS. So that's Courage, and this is the Makeup by Mario one. And the cream blush stick is in the shade Raspberry. So this is what it looks like. Swatch it. So this one's Raspberry, and let's compare it to something else. So this one is the Pkwy multi-stick in the shade Pink Sail, which I really do like this shade. Okay, so it's different. So that's Makeup by Mario, and that's Pkwy. And then e.l.f. just released Coming in Hot Pink, their liquid blush. So let's see what this looks like, because I like this one too. So we'll put that here. So all 3 of them are different. So I also picked up one of Patrick Ta's eyeshadow duos that are really viral. I want to say for good reason, but there's kind of mixed reviews. Some people feel like it's too expensive for what it is. Some people seem to love it. Some people seem to just think it's okay. This happens to be a product I picked up that was never on my wish list, and I hadn't really thought much about getting it until I was in store and I saw the 4 duos, because I think it's 4 of them. I saw the 4 duos, possibly 5, and I swatched them all, and when I swatched this one immediately, I knew I had to have it. The way it sparkles is completely different from anything else that I have. I've already worn this. I went somewhere on Friday and I just couldn't help myself. So let's watch the bottom one, and look at that, by the way. And it's like pure sparkle. So it's such a sparkle that it almost looks wet. And then the deeper one, like the deeper yellow gold. So that's the deeper yellow gold, and I'll swatch it here. They're both just so beautiful. These are so beautiful to me. You could definitely put these on the eye by itself, and it gives just sort of like that sparkle look to the eye that's not too overpowering, just like a little bit of a sparkle to the eye. But I was more so interested in using it as like a shadow topper, kind of like how I do Space Cowboy from Urban Decay. So on the last video, one of the socialites said that she's my shade twin, and she also uses the Giorgio Armani bronzing powder that I use that I got from the sale. I got the darkest shade, which is 120. She says that she uses 110 and it actually shows up on skin. She said it's one of those products that when you swatch it, it doesn't really give it justice like the same way it would on your skin, because the other shade was a little deep, although I did like it. So this one's 110 and let's compare it to 120. So there's the difference. So we'll try to compare these on skin today. Also, I was looking at some of the Sephora Collection eyeshadows. You guys know I love a glitter, but it has different glittery reflex in it. It's not just like one or two shades. It's a bunch of shades. There's pink in here, there's gold, there's blue, there's purple. That's what it looks like. And similar to the Patrick Taub, this is like pure glitter. So it does feel sort of dry like that, but it swatches fairly easily. I feel like the best way to apply this one is gonna be your finger. So this and the Patrick Taub are definitely gonna be products that don't necessarily have a base. You know how some glittery eyeshadows is like a shadow color with glitter in it? These are like just pure glitter. Last thing I picked up, you guys, I thought I was gonna get the body cream. I'm out of it. I may wait till Black Friday. This is Glossier U, the original. I don't own the original. It's been on my wish list for like 2 years at this point. So I picked up the travel size in Glossier U. So let's move right into trying these products and I'll let you guys know how I feel about them at the end of the video. Usually I try to wait to the monthly favorites, but just in case you guys want to know, make some last minute adjustments or changes today before the sale is over. So I've already moisturized with my Clinique 100 Hour. This is my go-to. And I'm gonna use the Cali Ray So Blown Primer to prime. I like to do my cheeks, like pretty much the T-zone area with this. It does help mattify and it does blur quite a bit. For foundation, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Foundation. This is on November's makeup tray, and I do have November's makeup tray video coming out real soon. We're probably going to do like half of a tray since I've already been wearing this stuff. And this is in the shade Cinnamon. So this is what Cinnamon looks like. I do have a full review of this foundation up on my channel, so I'll link it up above if you guys want to check it out. And the color matches very well for me. So I'm going to start off in the areas that I need the most coverage first. And blend with my number 88 brush from Sephora Pro Collection. This is another really good foundation brush from Sephora Collection. Now this foundation I don't really recommend if you have oily skin. If you have normal to combo like I do, then you could get away with this with a good mattifying primer or oil controlling primer. But I think this one is excellent for dry skin. Very hydrating. And as you guys can see, it does have decent coverage while still being skin-like. Gives you a lot of coverage, but it doesn't look like you have a mask on like some other full coverage foundations. I wouldn't necessarily call this full though. This one's more so like medium buildable. You can get almost full with it. I can still slightly see my hyperpigmentation through it, but not a whole lot. The Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer is gonna help cover up the little bit of pigmentation that I can see through it. Now this is very much a full coverage product. It's gonna cover everything. This is also a product that oxidizes. So you see how it's a little bit lighter than the rest of my skin, but as it dries, it gets a little darker. The shade 35N ends up matching me almost perfectly. So while that's sitting, I'll get into the highlighting, which this is a new product that I picked up during the sale. The socialites seem to love it. So this is gonna be my first time trying it. It's the Pat McGrath Concealer. The girls love this. Y'all rave about it in the comments. I got the shade M20. Their shade range is awesome. It was about like 3 or 4 shades that were just like a smidge different than this, like 20, I think 21, 22, 23. So it just really, I mean, I don't know about the lighter tones, but like my skin tone and deeper, they really have a lot of options. So it's a little bit more golden than what I usually go for. I prefer neutral, like the color under my eyes, neutral and not golden. And most of them that I swatched seem to be more golden than neutral. So I just went with this one, and it is creamy and smooth. Just gonna use a plain generic puff from Amazon to blend this out, starting at the outer edges, working my way up. How smooth that is. And it does have more coverage than the Pkwy concealer, which is another concealer I picked up during the sale, which I love. I have been using that since I got it the first day of the sale. I've been wearing it ever since, every time I do my makeup, so I really like that one. So let's try this sculpting stick, the Mario sculpting stick in the shade Dark. These are going to be perfect to travel with. Oh, it's a little bit on the sheer side. It's not like as pigmented as the LYS stick. The number 47 brush from Sephora Collection. This blends out really smooth as well. The color is a little bit more cool than my LYS Courage. This more so will work better for me for those more dramatic or days that I want to be more sculpted and snatched, because LYS gives me more of that sort of effortless, almost like the bronze tour. This one can give me the contour because it's cool and not warm. Okay, so let's try out the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Blush. So I picked this one up during the sale, but I used a different blush on the last tutorial where I was trying the new makeup from the sale. This one's in the shade 41, so it's a red color. Let's swatch it. So on my skin, it gives like a tomato red. So I'm gonna use a buffing foundation brush. This one's from the Equate brand from Walmart. So I'm gonna take what's on the back of my hand and work from it, since this is such a bold color. How pretty is this? Let's take the same puff that we used to blend our concealer and soften the edges of this. Another product from November's makeup tray, which is LYS Loose Powder. This one's in the shade Translucent. For the Pat McGrath concealer to be so full coverage, it looks so natural. Usually a complexion product that's this much coverage does not look this natural. I want to try out these bronzers, but now I feel like they're not going to show up as much because we have all this blush on, but we'll try anyways. So 110, which is the lighter color, we'll try on this side. And I'm gonna use an angled brush from Japanesque. I picked this one up from like TJ Maxx. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. I feel like you can see it a little bit, but I can't really. We'll try both of these out next time. For the brows, I'm gonna use the Merit brow pencil and the Domonique Cosmetics brow pencil at the head of the brow. It's in the shade Taupe. The Merit one is darker, it's in the shade dark brown, so I use it like towards the tail of the brow. This combo has really been doing it for me lately. Okay, so let's try out the Patrick Todd duo. This duo is Do You Know Who I Am, by the way. And we're gonna try this one first. Look at that. We'll do it on the inner. Wow, it literally looks wet. And then we'll do the yellow gold one on the outer edge. Can y'all see a difference? That's like the more bronzy gold one at the bottom, and then that's the more yellow gold one. And let's try Big Bang on this side. This is the one from Sephora Collection. Keep in mind all Sephora Collection products, including brushes, are 30% off. That's the best value. So try this one. And and it goes on so well using my finger, which I figured it would. Now this one, to me, the Sephora Collection one, doesn't necessarily look as wet as the Patrick Ta one looks, but it is still so pretty. So I'm just gonna put a brown in the crease using my Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. I'll probably go in with a combination of these two browns. Sephora Collection number 27 blending brush. Rare Beauty felt tip liner. Coconut 12-hour eyeliner pencil from Sephora Collection. These are some of the best pencils on the market to put in your waterline because they're so long lasting and they don't tug, which is important when you're using something this close to the waterline. Fenty Hella Thick mascara. This morning when I went out to Sephora, I did my Makeup Forever foundation powder, and I just filled in my brows and put on mascara, which was the new Charlotte Tilbury mascara. And the way I was wishing that I had picked up the Fenty one, so I noticed that it didn't lengthen as much as the Fenty one, and it definitely doesn't give the volume that Fenty does. And I have little bitty lashes, like I have really small lashes. I like how the Fenty mascara makes it look like I actually have lashes, you know. Now I am noticing that I have a bit of fallout from the Patrick Ta eyeshadow, which is to be expected when you're using a glitter, but I definitely don't have as much with the Sephora Collection fallout. So I don't know if it was like the angle of my finger or if that's just like what it's given, but it's not like major. So for lip liner, I'm gonna do Cork from MAC with number 21 from Sephora Collection. And this is another product that I picked up from the sale, my first go round, which is the Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Amber Sparkle, which is really glittery. Smells so good. It smells like vanilla. Gonna take Limitless Brown from Makeup Forever, which is a deeper brown, and just overline the top. Foundation looks good, right? I didn't even set like the bottom half of my face. I only set the highlighted areas, but it looks good. I can get away with this in the winter, not necessarily in the summer. So the Sephora Collection eyeshadow, I love it. It's beautiful, it's sparkly, which I love. It's pure glitter. I like this. And I feel like you don't necessarily need like a glitter glue or anything like that to stick it on the eye, because I didn't use that and it really shows up. Now the Patrick Ta one, to me, it looks more wet on the eye, which looks more modern in my opinion. It gives like runway, very modern, and a little bit more wearable for every day. Even though we're sparkly, it's not like spandangly, you know what I mean? So I like this one. I also picked up, I went to Target yesterday for the new EOS lotion. I also picked up the one of the e.l.f. Fine as Fleck that's supposed to be like a dupe for it. Maybe not a dupe, but it's sparkly. So we'll be testing this out next time and see what this is giving. Definitely like the Makeup by Mario sculpting stick. It blends out just as creamy as the Too Faced one does, but this color works a little bit better for me. And it's an alternative to my LYS because that one gives more like bronzy skin. It's sort of on that warmer side, and this one is a little bit cooler, which gives it more like a true contour. Now the Armani bronzers, I need to try them out without blush so I could really see it. I think the concealer speaks for itself. No creasing, it's super full coverage and so natural looking. Look how smooth. I just feel like this speaks for itself. I don't even really need to say much. I see why you guys were raving about it. The blush color I'm a fan of. I would love to pair it with like a red lip or like an orangey lip. So next time I use this blush, we're definitely going to do like a matching blush and lip moment. I think that would be perfect, and it blends out fairly well. I would definitely apply apply it to the back of your hand or like a palette before use, just because it's a really bold color, you know. The gloss is really pretty. The sparkles don't show up as much on my lip as it does in here, especially after you like do one of those to the lip. Now if I would have put it on and not let my lips touch, you would probably see a lot more of the glitter. So I'm gonna see how it looks in natural sunlight, and I'll keep you guys posted on it, but either way I think it's a pretty gloss. Overall, I'm pretty happy with everything that I picked up during the sale. It's always such an exciting time. So comment down below, let me know what worked out for you, and also let me know what didn't work out for you. Everything I mentioned today I'll have linked down below in the description box, or either on that YouTube shopping tab on the screen. Be sure to shop through those links for your last minute items you need to pick up. That's literally the only way that Sephora is going to know that I sent you guys. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. As usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars.